You don't deserve a thing. And I'll tell you what I mean by that. You deserve so much more than a thing. You deserve your time. You deserve your peace. You deserve to enjoy life. You deserve to own your first home. You deserve to not have a car note. You deserve to own your car. You deserve to own something. You think about it. We work most of our lives and they're trying to extend how long we're going to work. I got one more saying for y'all. I'm leaving here with something. Y'all, I gotta be honest. It's my favorite time of morning. You know the hours between like 1:30 and like 4 when it feels like, especially during the week, not on the weekends, but during the week where it feels, especially in Dallas, but during the week, it just kind of feels like you're the only person on the planet. Like it's you against the world. A girl and her dog. Yeah, I don't know what Atlas doing. What are you doing? He was over there freaking out because it's actually raining too. Y'all, it's just my two favorite things. The time of day, it's raining. I'm feeling so serene. The only fear I have is if the power goes out, y'all. But we're going to keep on rolling because this light is actually battery powered. So, y'all, welcome to my channel. My name is Chelsea Elizabeth. If you're new here, I make content for Zillennial girls. That's millennials with Gen Z tendencies and then vice versa. Really doesn't have anything to do with how old you are. It's all about your mindset, right? So because I make content for Zillennial girls, I was like, you know what? I love talking about fashion. I love talking about hair and makeup and entertainment and all the things that we're all watching culturally. But, you know, let's get into finance. Let's talk about one of the most important things in our lives, especially right now, y'all. Let's talk about money. Y'all, I don't feel like we're talking enough about money. I mean, it's not anything we learn in school. It's not a life skill apparently that people think you need to have, but I got to be honest, y'all. A lot of my financial education I got through YouTube. A lot of it. I don't know if y'all are watching The Diary of a CEO. If you're not, you need to be because that's where I get a lot of game. Yeah, you know, and I've read the books Rich Dad, Poor Dad, all of that. But I'm not gonna lie, I get and YouTube, a YouTuber recommended I watch it. So I didn't learn anything about finance in school, oddly enough, and I paid a lot of money for my education. But you know, I learned a lot through YouTube. So I was like, let me kind of help the girls. While I'm not a financial guru myself, there are a few people that I absolutely love. And one video we're going to react to today is from my girl, Social Simone. If you know, you know, she is all about being financially responsible, being smart with your money. She gives all the tips and all the tricks. And one thing I love about her channel is she incorporates videos of other people talking about what they're dealing with financially, and then she reacts to those videos. So we're gonna react to one of her videos today. And if yeah, let's just jump right into it, y'all. Cause okay, all right. So we're all right. And so here we are. The video is called Girl Math, the financial trend that could ruin your life. And it's by my girl, Social Simone. I'm excited to dive into this one, y'all. I kind of watched a few seconds of it and I was like, oh, yeah, she's going off. Let's do it together.
It's 2025, about to be 2026. We can't shake ourselves from the shackles of people using girl math as an excuse to make bad financial decisions.
Y'all, Social Simone always get me together. I gotta be honest.
Girl math for me is every time I go get my Botox.
Okay, and for those of y'all who might not know, which I don't know what rock you've been living under, I'm not judging, sister. Girl math is when you make a truly irresponsible financial decision because you've somehow convinced yourself that it's worth it by whatever means, right? Because you deserve it, because you'll get paid next week and you can pay yourself back, because you know, whatever the reason is, it's a totally irresponsible financial decision that like girls have validated through whatever means. So let's get back into the video. Sorry, I just wanted to give you that background in case you don't know.
Botox, my husband thinks it's 1,000. So anytime I go, which is about twice a year, maybe 3 times a year, I say, honey, it's time for me to get my Botox. Can you send me my Botox money, please? And he sends me $1,000. I just paid $350 and I got a lip flip.
What is a lip flip? Is that supposed to make your lips bigger, or is it supposed to flip your lip? Like, what is a lip?
Yeah, girl, it's supposed to so I actually had a lip flip once and it goes away, y'all. It's temporary. I don't know, I was just doing something. And you know, some people smile and it's a very gummy smile, you know? A lip flip kind of like numbs and paralyzes that muscle here that kind of allows your lip to lift up when you smile and expose your gums. You get that Botox, it paralyzes that muscle. That don't happen. So your smile is like, no matter how excited you are, you're just excited enough.
Lip flip. A lip flip is a non-surgical cosmetic procedure that uses a small amount of
Oh, see, look, I
neurotoxins
didn't even
like
know she was gonna
Botox
tell
to
us.
relax the upper lip muscles, causing a lip to slightly turn upward and outward. This what it's supposed to look like? And I say this with the utmost respect. She just said she got something done, right? So you didn't get the Botox? Maybe that's what it's supposed to look like if you don't overdo it, because sometimes people
Some more
overdo
out
it
of
with the
control,
lip
y'all.
stuff, and I'll be like, ooh. Does the husband think that it's $1,000 for this quote-unquote Botox because the lip flip was a type of Botox, but she's really getting Botox in her lips, not in her face? The first comment says, and why are we asking for money? For some of y'all, girl math involves asking for the money. The next comment says, may I never have to utter the words, may I have my Botox money please to my husband ever. Look.
Y'all, I don't know how y'all feel about these comments, but I'm joked out right now. I have in my life asked my significant other for money, maybe not for Botox, probably for something even sillier. The older I've gotten, I'm 31 now, I would never do this, y'all. I would never do this. Even if it was my husband, I would never do this. I would just take care of what I need to take care of, y'all. Shared account, my own personal money. Like, sometimes, ladies, you gotta do what you gotta do. This is a little cringe. I gotta be honest with you. Like, I could see if she was asking for money for like groceries or to repair something around the house or to like fix her car. But my Botox money does sound a little childish. Sorry, sister.
Look, different strokes for different folks. Somebody here says 350 for a lip flip is insane. I'm in California and it's 100. But she replied with 350 was for a full forehead and lip flip. She took
I have not ever gotten Botox in like my face. But I did a little filler. I ain't gonna hold y'all.
like $650 and pocketed it. And
And it was
girl
more
math.
than
Low
$1,000.
down.
That's all I'm gonna
I
say.
hope the husband never sees this
Lord,
video.
I hope
You already had to
I
ask
hope
him for some
Simone don't
money
see
to get
this
the
video.
Botox in the first place. Is this technically scamming if you're married to your spouse? None of
This is
my
scamming.
business.
I found $100 cash today. And if you're a girl, you know cash means free money. So anything that I buy with this is basically free. So today we're gonna go and have some fun and spend all of this $100 bill. The first stop is gonna be Starbucks. Hi, can I get the iced banana cream protein matcha?
Y'all, I'm not gonna lie. This used to be me, and honestly, on a bad day, this could still be me. Let me find $100. I found money like a couple years ago, and you know they say it's like it. I don't remember how many years. It's like every 8 years you find money or something like that. I don't remember. But yeah, I haven't found money in a while. God, it's due. I'm due. I'm due. I'm not gonna go to Starbucks, but I might do some girl math with that money I find. Cash does feel. Why does cash feel so much easier to spend? What's up with that? It's weird because when I get cash, I'm like, yeah, whatever, right? When I'm swiping my card, I'm like, mm. But then I can also think of times where it was the opposite, where like having a lot of cash in my hand and giving it away didn't feel great, but like swiping my card felt better. I don't know, y'all. I'm weird.
11:02. We'll see you on up here.
Thank you. Since exactly when are we paying
Dang, we already down
$11 to drink matcha?
You can make a matcha at home, y'all. One thing about it, y'all gonna pull up at Starbucks no matter what. The
I make matchas at home, y'all.
matcha is free because she found $100.
This is how much we have after going to Starbucks, which is $89. Okay, guys, so after getting my toes done, we are left
She should be
with
done. There should be nothing left.
$21, which I feel like is the perfect amount for a thrift store.
Wait, it was 60 something bucks to get her nails done? Y'all, these nail prices is ridiculous. I don't care if we're using
She
girl
got a
math or
pedicure.
not. The real come up would have been, girl, do this, just DIY it at this point.
What are we gonna do? We're gonna go hit up a thrift store right now and see what we can find with $21. It's basically gonna be for free because it's cash.
It kind of makes me cringe up just watching people find a way to have to get rid of money that they just got their hands on.
Yeah.
This is a good.
That's what it feels like. It feels like, you know that saying, like, oh, this money is burning a hole in my pocket. That's what it feels like is happening here. It's burning a hole in her hand. She is trying to get rid of this money. Girl, you could have just gave the $100 bill to somebody else. You could have just gave it to me.
A good demonstration of what a lot of people deal with every day. Like, if they get their paycheck, they're instantly looking for a way to get rid of it. Find $100 on the ground. Hey, we got to go spend it. I don't advise.
Y'all, I'm so sorry that I keep sniffling, but y'all know I've been sick and I'm still trying to get over, and the weather keeps changing. But yes, this is so true. When I was younger, I can attest to this. I did not have a lot of bills. I had a roommate. And so when I got paid, I felt like, okay, girl, like, this is your time to shine. Ladies, that is not it. That is not the truth. Now at 31, the moment I get paid, you know that saying, pay yourself first? I really do that, y'all. I'm old. I got to think about retirement, y'all. I contribute a hefty amount to my 401k every single time I get paid. I automatically, funds are automatically deposited into my HYSA, which is a high yield savings account. If you don't have one, you need to get one. I am not a financial guru. I am not the richest girl. I'm just telling you, as somebody who's like gone through the ebbs and flows of being financially responsible. I've been working since I was 15 years old, full time, and going to school. And I realized at a point that I had nothing to show for all of that. You know, I was buying all these things, clothes you outgrow, right? Shoes, they go out of style. Black women in their hair. We'll talk about that in another video. And I realized after all these years of working my butt off, like I said, full time and going to school, I did not have anything to show for it. So, I started paying myself first for sure. And sometimes that means I can't get anything off of Bershka. Sometimes that means Revolve might miss me. Sometimes I can't go in Zara, but that's okay because I know that I've paid myself. And honestly, y'all, I'm starting to find a lot more pride and what's the endorphins from that than I feel from, and I don't think endorphins was the word. I think I'm trying to say, what's the word I'm trying to say, y'all? Adrenaline. I'm starting to get more adrenaline from that than I am from buying things. So
Advise anybody to do anything like this or act like this if you have no emergency fund. If you have nothing set up in the event that you lose your job,
I guarantee you, sister, the lady with the girl that found $100 don't got nothing.
You don't have any money and you come up on some money. I don't care if you stumbled on it in a sewage. The wise thing to do is just to put it away. But is that what we do in America? Nah.
Okay, this is what I ended up getting. Okay, guys, and that was everything. I basically spent $100 today for free. It didn't cost my bank account.
The real girl math would have been going and putting that into the bank account and then investing in $100 in the stocks so you can have a little something for the future. Girl math. You see how I did that? Let me just paint the picture a little bit. What if instead of getting that matcha, you put $100 into Starbucks because you're there anyway? Now you're an owner. Ooh, you don't just own the matcha. You own Starbucks.
It's like you're not clocking it right now that I'm standing on business. It's like you're not clocking it right now that I'm standing on business.
Stock. I'm just trying to open up your way of thinking. That's all. This type of girl math I'm not too mad about because at least she didn't go work for the money. She stumbled upon it. She wasn't going to have it anyway. But y'all, you don't got to get rid of every blessing that comes your way just because it was quote unquote free.
Girl math has to be the most convenient thing in the world because I went to Zara today not knowing I was going to go to Zara and I spent $230, right? But I also came to Sephora because I had to return some stuff and I had to return $190 worth of stuff, right? So $230 minus $190 is about like $40. So basically I only spent $40 in Zara, basically meaning I saved money. Great difference.
Okay, this one I'm not mad at. Simone is gonna eat her up, but this one I'm not mad at because Simone's gonna eat her up because if she would have returned the Sephora stuff and not gotten the Zara purchase, sister would be up. But sister is still $40 in the negative because she still spent. And I'm guilty of this, y'all. This is my favorite kind of girl math. I one thing I love more than buying things. There's only one thing I love more than buying things, and that's returning things. More than I love buying things, y'all, I'm gonna make a return. Like, I know some people who are like, oh, when I get something that doesn't fit, I don't even worry about it. I'm not going through the hassle of returning it. Who's not? Who's not? Who's not returning it? Baby, listen, I don't care if it's a restocking fee. I am not keeping this junk. Y'all, I'm very minimalistic when it comes to things. If you can see my little environment, I don't like too much clutter. Okay? So just to have something in my space that I'm not using is gonna send me. To throw something away that I spent my money on is gonna send me. And no, absolutely not. You gave me this junk, you take it back. No, not doing it.
Definition of girl math.
Why don't y'all see it like this? How many hours did it take me to work to get $190? Let's just say you made $20 an hour, and I'm not even including tax, y'all, because it's worse when you think about the fact that you have these sort of withholdings and stuff you have to pay to the government. But if you make $20 an hour and you spent $190 in Sephora or wherever you go, right? You would have to work 9.5 hours to get whatever you spent that money on. Now ask yourself, was it worth 9 hours of my labor? Stop thinking about the fact that you spent the money somewhere else and you got it back. Because even when you spent it over there, you had to physically go work for that money, which is putting physical strain on your body. And I'm sure for a lot of y'all, that's not very fun. Somebody here said only...
You know, a way that I've started thinking about this, and we probably won't make it through this whole video, y'all, because y'all know I talk way too much and I'm going to keep stopping it. But another way I've been thinking about this is when you think about, like, say, someone that, like, uses their body for work, right? A lot of us have cushy office jobs where we're just sitting back behind a desk, so it doesn't feel like we're sacrificing much, but we are. We're sacrificing our time, which is priceless, but we don't see it that way because we've been conditioned not to. That's for another video. But I think about someone like a professional football player, right? Who is literally sacrificing their entire body. Y'all, this just made me think about, I don't know if y'all remember John Cena, like the wrestler, and the way that he's walking now, right? So this man dedicated his entire life to putting physical strain on his body. That means every moment he spent doing that should count. Every moment that he spent doing that should equal money in his bank account, because this is all he has now. This is it. He sacrificed everything, and now, obviously, John Cena might not be able to walk for very much longer. And, I was thinking about John Cena, just popped up in my head, but thinking about professional football players, sometimes they get CTE and they can't work after the contract ends. And so this is their life's work and they sacrifice their body to do it. And when you think about it like that, you really start to ask yourself, is this worth it? Do I need this? Like, you're sacrificing your time, you're sacrificing your life, you're sacrificing everything. So those are just the questions that you got to start asking.
Only spent $40 and had a great time doing it. Now, this is the type of girl math I can't get with. Crazy work. Yes, sis, savings. Girl math. You came out ahead, sis. No, you didn't really.
No,
and I
she
love
didn't.
when the girl math is mathing. And some of y'all need to stay out the folks' stores with this sort of mentality. When are we gonna grow up?
And if it's Afterpay, I'm gonna pick it every time. If there is an option for Afterpay, I'm clicking it. I don't care how much money I have. I don't even care how much the product is. If it's $5, then I'm paying 4 payments of $125. They literally made it for us girls. It's girl math. We like, okay, so if I have to break this up, it's really like I'm not even paying for anything. Am I right? They need to start.
Y'all, okay, so Social Simone is about to eat her alive. But let me say this. I saw a meme the other day and I might put it in, but somebody was like, Klarna, the reason that Klarna is pink is because it's for girls doing girl math. Y'all. Now let me say this. The saying go, and I guess in finance there are a lot of sayings, because now that I'm thinking about it, I keep giving the sayings. So I guess they try to teach us, financial responsibility. It just don't always process that way. But if you can't afford it twice, don't buy it. Remember when your grandmother used to say that? Your dad, your uncle, your brother, you can't buy it twice, then you can't afford it. Or like if you think about rent, you have to have 3 times the rent to like live in an apartment. There's a reason for that. But now, fast forward to 2025, if you can afford 25% of it, you can buy it. I'm not going to harp on this too much because I'm not necessarily an Afterpay girly, but I do love me some Klarna. And I do use Klarna. I have a really, really high limit with Klarna just because of how much I use it and how often I use it, but I pay it on time. I pay it on time. I have a stable job. I have stable income. So I always am paying, Klarna on time. Some of y'all don't have that. Some of y'all don't have stable jobs. Some of y'all don't have a job with benefits. Some of you don't know where money is coming from, where it's going to. And if you're one of those kind of girls, then I'm sorry. This is going to be a trap for you. You are the people that they are looking for. This is how they're going to make their money. When you're late with the late fees, and when you can't pay it back, and they report it on your credit, and then it goes to a collector. You are the people they are looking for. If you got stable income and you know exactly what's going on, even then in this job market, in this crazy economy, it's not always the safest bet. But I have Klarna things, I've done it. I'm guilty. So I know Social Simone is about to eat her up, though. Let's see what she says.
Start doing Afterpay for cars.
No, they don't. If you think about it, we already kind of have Afterpay for cars. It's called a car note. You don't own the car. You're getting charged interest.
Talking about this 50-year mortgage thing, it made me think, oh, okay, so you're just going to rent for 50 years and stay in the same place. I think I'll just rent and kind of move around Dallas,
Every month, depending on how bad your credit is, it can be really high or it can be on the lower end, not too far off from Klarna. The only difference is instead of interest rates, in most cases, you have to read the fine print though, because you still can get hit with interest rates. Y'all are getting late fees. It really just depends on what platform you're using. However, they worded it in the fine print, and y'all think that y'all are getting away with something by using these services. I'm just saying, if you
I don't know if Social Simone has ever actually used these services, because it's true. You do not pay any interest if you pay on time. When you do not pay on time, that's when things get a little crazy. And there are other options where you can pay interest, like if you want to pay on a purchase once a month. I'm not advocating that you do this. I'm just saying that if you do this right, it's not all bad. That's just my take. I gotta disagree with sister here.
Responsibly, it's going to be just like a credit card.
Yes.
And we have to remember, they are in the business of making money. And how do they make money? It says here, baby, I got all of them. Afterpay, Klarna, Sizzle? What is Sizzle? Affirm, Zippa, and ShopPay, all in the name of girl math. Ain't that crazy?
Yeah.
This comment says, hello, somebody. I don't care if the money is there. Let me get that 4 for 4. And somebody here is saying, I booked a whole trip on Klarna and Afterpay. I believe it.
The first thing you gotta do in order to shake this whole girl math thing is stop feeling like you deserve a thing. Because you don't deserve a thing. And I think I'm gonna end it here because we get it. We get what's happening here, right? You don't deserve a thing. And I'll tell you what I mean by that. You deserve so much more than a thing. You deserve your time. You deserve your peace. You deserve to enjoy life. You deserve to not have to worry and stress about where money is coming from. And when you're doing this girl math, when you are returning something but using that money to buy something, when you're using Klarna irresponsibly, when you're, just going out of your way to like do things that are just really so damaging to your overall financial just stability, whether you're single, whether you're married, it's just not smart. You deserve your first investment property that you can rent out and make money. You deserve to own your first home. You deserve to not have a car note. You deserve to own your car. You deserve to own something. You think about it. We work most of our lives and they're trying to extend how long we're going to work. I got one more saying for y'all. I'm leaving here with something. Let me go back to just me. We said a few sayings throughout this video, and I think one of the most important ones is going to be, I you work so much of your life. We might work until we're 70, y'all. You work until you cannot work anymore. And you mean to tell me after all of that, you're going to be surrounded by things you can't wear anymore? This makeup that she bought from the Sephora, it's going to run out. The nails that sister went and got with the $300, she's going to need to get them redone. So none of this stuff is permanent. None of this stuff actually matters. And you could be really putting that money towards something that's going to matter when you need it to matter. So that's what this whole video is really about, y'all. Listen, I'm not Social Simone. I'm not an expert. I can't judge anybody. I can't come down hard on you. But what I will say is this. I'm on my own financial journey. And it started a while ago. It started a while ago where I started to notice different things. It doesn't all happen at once where you're like, okay, I'm cold turkey gonna figure it all out. Some people do. More power to them. But for the most part, that's not exactly how it works. It's like you take little bits and pieces. So I've been watching Simone for a while. I've been watching, all these different people, and you take bits and pieces of what you learn and you combine that into what works best for you. And what works best for me is contributing every time that I get paid to my high yield savings account. Every time that I get paid to my 401k. Every time that I get paid, I'm investing money on Robinhood. I got stocks in every single brand that I love, y'all. And I'm starting to get to the point where that feels just as good as checking out a cart. It feels just as good as tracking, And I'll tell you, like, I do this other thing, and it's crazy because I'm addicted to shopping. Like, I used to be. I used to be addicted to shopping. Y'all, I still buy the stuff. I just return it. I get all the feels of hunting for it. I get to buy it, whether it's on the app, whether it's in the store. I get to walk out with the thing. And then if I feel an ounce of guilt about it, if I feel an ounce of, I didn't need this, guess what? It's going back. If I feel an ounce of this quality wasn't as good as I thought it was going to be, or this doesn't look like how it looked in the image, it is going back. Restocking fee or not, I will drive across Dallas. I'm bringing it back. All right. So that's just something to think about, y'all. If you enjoyed this video, please go ahead and like it. Subscribe if you like talking to me. I don't know. I like talking to you. But even if not, just go ahead and like it so that we can see each other again through the algorithm. Yeah, I make content for Zillennial Girl, so that's going to be all over the map. We'll talk about finance. We'll talk about entertainment. We'll talk about celebrity gossip. We'll talk about romance and dating and life and career. This is for you. This is content for you. And I hope you're enjoying it. Leave some feedback for me in the comments if you use Klarna, if you're using it the right way, if you do a little bit of this returning and using that money to go buy something. If you find money and you're spending it, let me know, y'all. And go check out this video. I'm sure there is so many other good stories in here. I just know that I've been yapping and I don't want to make this video too long. So I will see y'all next time. And thank y'all so much for watching, y'all. I really love this. Bye.